few days that I've been here in Morocco, I've tried to find out what they have been doing correctly. I will say correctly because we have all seen the results in their teams. I've also tried to interact with teams like South Africa to find out what they are doing, as it relates to their women's football. And there's a whole lot of lessons that we can learn from these countries on how to develop women's football, a viable one at that. And my intention is seriously to work closely with the Women League to see how we can partner with them and support them. Because there's nowhere in the world that the women's football alone attracts enough sponsorship. Therefore, we need to support them financially and otherwise to bring them up to par to where we want them to be. Not to forget our underage competitions that we used to be kings of across the continent. We also need to keep it going. And how do we keep it going? We have to develop a sustainable system that will ensure that from the various local governments across Nigeria, we have competitions that we move on to the states and then move on to also the zonal and then the national championship, from where we'll be able to select the good heads that will represent Nigeria at every given time. And this must be year-round competitions. Having said all this, we also know, and I understand very clearly, that we have a big deficit in terms of infrastructure in Nigeria. When we talk about deficit of infrastructure, we have a situation where Premier Leagues are being played on undulating pitches, where Premier Leagues are being played on patched pitches, and this is something that we cannot continue to have in Nigeria. We must be able to work with our various stakeholders to see how we can improve the facilities that we have in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians that have visited Morocco have gone around the country and have admired the various stadiums and the facilities that are there. These are not rocket science. We need to invest in these facilities. We need to speak with all the stakeholders. And it is our duty as the president of Nigerian Football Federation to engage strategic partners that will be able to support us from a technical point of view, as well as engage the owners of these facilities on how we can also support them to make sure that these facilities come up to standard. We must also improve in our various leagues, for example, the aspect of safety and security. We cannot continue to have in Nigerian leagues referees being attacked, players being attacked, and nothing happens. This cannot happen under my watch. We have to also engage in a massive sensitization education for our supporters. And this is where we are also going to encourage every club to make sure that their support base are properly organized, well registered, so that we can be able to identify people and filter those who are consistent in troublemaking and then deal with them accordingly. But the most important thing for me is that Nigerian Football Federation must go back to the Nigerian people. Therefore, transparency must be part of our game. Accountability must be part of our game. And this is the promise I'm making to a lot of people, that we are going to get our accounts published on every 6 months to the Nigerian people, to let them know how much we have generated, what we have used the money for, and what we are also expecting to come in and what we intend to use it for. And of course, another problem that I have seen in Nigerian football that I feel that I can also fix is the issue of disunity. There's so much anger and disparity and disunity amongst the various stakeholders. My job as the president of the Nigerian Football Federation is to bring together all warring factions in Nigerian football, because I believe that we can all work together to achieve a great thing, because most of the things that people are agitating for are actually issues that have to border on the development of football in Nigeria. And I feel strongly that if we work together with every stakeholder without putting anyone aside, we'll be able to get the very best out of it. I also have, as part of our plans for most of our ex-internationals, those who are interested to still be involved in football in one way or the other, to have them properly trained in the areas that they look forward to. We don't have what is called technical study group in Nigeria, but this can be done by the ex-internationals. So we will train those who are interested to be technical study group members to be part of that group. We will also, of course, by the time we come up with our training education program, those who are interested in going into coaching will also be encouraged to go into coaching. We also would have administrative programs that will be coming up Those who are interested in the organization of events without being a coach, we also go into the organization of events. And in events organization, as far as football is concerned, we have positions that are available for everyone. Things like the general coordinator, assistant general coordinator, we have media officers roles, we have security officers roles, we have host broadcasters roles, and so on and so forth. So people will have to fit into areas that they feel they have the passion for. And it is our duty to bring in experts into Nigeria to train these various component units that will make a viable organization of our events. And this, again, does not rule out the fact that we have to make our national teams competitive. It has to be competitive in the sense that whoever is going to be the coach of our national teams must be one of the best that Nigerians will be proud of. Any player that is going to make it to our national team must be the best that we can produce. There's no sentiment about it, because I believe that Nigerians in diaspora and in Nigeria have the capacity to do great things, and therefore we must be able to get things done in the proper way and in the correct way this time around. There are also other things that we are looking at doing in the long term, God's willing. But at least we have to first build the foundation, get the pillars up, get the roof covered before we start getting the tenants to come into the house and to come and rent the house. So for me, I think my major job will be to build the foundations of Nigerian football, to build the structures, to build the systems. And then, of course, at the end of the day, we will all see the results, because when the systems are working, when the structures are there, the results are inevitable. And this, for me, is something that I'm looking forward to with all interest in seeing how these things can fall out to become one of the positives for Nigerian football. Finally, on my own part, again, I would say that there are certain things that I see which Nigerian football can be recognized for. We should be able to play the big brother role. And football, as a matter of fact, as we all know, it's a universal game. I do not see anything that stops Nigeria from exporting coaches to other African countries. I also do not see anything that stops Nigerians from exporting technocrats to support the operations in every other country across Africa. So we will definitely work on making sure that we develop our own internal capacity. When I look at most of the pitches across Nigeria, I ask the question, where are the groundsmen? Are they all retired? Where are those that have been trained? So we need to train people. We need to train people to maintain what we have. And this comes with certain investment. And this is what we are going to be doing. We'll get the experts in, we'll train them, and we'll make sure that they manage the resources that we have, so that at the end of the day, when you look at any football match in Nigeria, you will be able to see that a lot has improved. And more importantly is to build the confidence in our sponsors, to say to them that your money is safe with us. Your money will be accounted for. And the programs for which we have come to you to seek for funds are going to be executed in line with the terms of reference that we have agreed. And these are things that we also make available, for everyone to scrutinize. And to me, I believe strongly that we can build a viable football economy in Nigeria if only we put our asses together and also get the right structures in place. And it is this leadership that I'm coming to provide. And this is why I am actually going to be the next president of the Nigerian Football Federation. Thank you.